All right, welcome to the second ever episode of Rock Ave Homers. I am Nick,
I'm L.
and we are going to do some predictions for the season here. So to kind of give you a heads up on how we're going to do this, we're going to kind of talk about we're going to bring up a division and then kind of talk about what we think is going to happen in that division, and then if we think who's going to make the playoffs, and go from there. And then we'll get into our picks for MVP, Cy Young, Rookie of the Year later on.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna be honest. On my notes, my first division, of course, is near and dear to my heart.
AL East.
The AL East.
All right.
So why don't you take the reins first on this one?
Well, obviously, out of all the teams in the AL East, I like Baltimore. Sadly, I don't think Baltimore has enough starting pitching to get to that number one spot.
I agree.
But their bats might get them at least to the second spot. But I hate to say it, dude, I think Boston got the first place.
Any wild cards coming out of the East for you?
Oh, of course.
You think
Toronto.
you think Toronto's
Toronto.
gonna be second, Baltimore third,
Yeah.
and then who's 4 and 5?
I want to say Yankees 4, and I want to say Tampa Bay 5. Because I think
the thing is, all right. So I agree with you wholeheartedly. Red Sox are
definitely number one.
are going to be the number one team
Definitely.
in the AL East. Now, I mean, we're not talking about win-loss records and everything, but I think they will not have the best record in the American League.
No.
I think that goes to a team in the AL West, which we'll get to.
Oh.
But Boston's definitely going to win the East. I don't think it's going to be close.
I don't think it's going to be close either.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think that the team that comes in second is going to be bad, because and this could be a homer pick on my part, but I think the Yankees rookies, after watching spring training and seeing what they're capable of, and seeing what we have as a backup plan, so to speak, when the inevitable happens and Ellsbury gets hurt or Gardner gets hurt,
Which we know is going to happen.
and then if Headley slumps, we got kids we can bring up and play third base instead of Headley, and they've already said that nobody's job is safe this year.
No.
They came out and they said that.
Well,
So that makes me happy. That makes me think that, you know what, even if Headley doesn't lose his job, maybe he's going to play to the best of his career because he wants to keep it, because he saw those kids this spring and how hungry they all are.
What's his contract?
I think he's got 2 more years.
2 more years? Okay.
But so the Red Sox, their biggest problem is going to be staying healthy. I think they are, and I think it's going to be a good season for them. They're going to be the top team in the East. I think the Yankees are going to be going to come in second, and they're going to take a wild card.
You think wild card?
I think the Yankees are going to be a wild card team.
You know what? Because you never know. Yankees, they might do something at the trade deadline, which I personally think they are.
Well, what's the thing is, they've got 2 picks that are, or they got one person that is probably going to get traded. It might not be this year, but at some point, and that's Miguel Andujar. He's a third base prospect. He's really good. I thought he was going to be our third baseman of the future,
Right.
maybe a year ago, but then they traded for Gleyber Torres. And between Gleyber Torres and Jorge Mateo, and the fact that Didi Gregorius and Starlin Castro are both good players, and I would rather the Yankees keep them as well, I think Gleyber Torres and Jorge Mateo, one of them is going to end up playing third base. After Headley's gone, one of them is going to be our third baseman. So Miguel Andujar is a good player. He's going to be a good everyday player at some point.
Right.
But not for the Yankees. So I think he's going to end up getting traded. And then they have a logjam of outfielders. I love Clint Frazier. He is, if they hold on to him, he is the future of that outfield.
We'll see.
But they also have Blake Rutherford, who is a beast.
What position?
Center field. I mean, he can play any outfield position, but He is really good. So we got a couple chips, and we might use them to trade for somebody. Say what's his name? Quintana is out there. Although I think that what's going to end up happening is the Astros give up their last couple pieces to get him to partner with Keuchel in that rotation. But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I say the Yankees are going to come in second in the East, and they'll take the first wild card. I think the Orioles, like you said, don't have enough starting pitching. They're going to compete. Those bats are going to compete, and Adam Jones will keep them in every game he can because he is such a clutch hitter. But the place we really differ on, and I mean honestly, it's the two swaps that we have in our picks. Toronto. I see Toronto coming in fourth, and the biggest thing is they still have good young pitching. Stroman's a beast, but they lost a big bat, and they didn't replace it.
They sure didn't.
They didn't replace it.
Yeah, they sure didn't.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of Encarnacion.
Me neither.
But he's a big bat, and you got to replace that. You gotta get that production from somewhere. So I don't think they're gonna be as good this year.
We'll see. They'll find a way.
Then the Rays, they're on the cusp. They got a lot of good young players. I like Tim Beckham at shortstop for the Rays. I think he's gonna be a star. But you know how the Rays are. They get players up, and then they trade them off, or they let them go before before free agency. So it's the Rays are not going to be. They're going to come in last this year.
Definitely.
So we good on the AL East?
Yes, sir.
All right. AL Central. I'll start off this time.
Go ahead.
Indians, number 1. They are going to have the third best record in baseball. They're going to have a great year. They are, you figure they lost. The only real player they lost was DH. What's it? Why am I forgetting his name right now?
Oh Jesus.
Well,
yeah.
So they lost one player and they added Encarnacion. So they added a better bat. They lost some veteran clubhouse presence, but they added a better bat. And then. I'm a big fan of Terry Francona. I think the only thing that worries me a little bit is Andrew Miller as their setup man. Is he that worn out? 'Cause he looked bad in WBC. I know it's spring training technically at that point, but he looked bad. He pitched a lot last year.
I say give him time.
I love Andrew Miller. I think he's a great pitcher, but he pitched a lot last year.
He'll fall in place. He'll be all right.
So that's my Indians are my pick to win the AL Central. Royals are gonna come in second, and they're gonna take the second wild card spot in the American League. I think they're gonna rally this year. They still have that good young nucleus, and it's probably the last year of that good young nucleus.
Right.
Because a lot of them are gonna be free agents, and they're not gonna be able to sign all of them. But I think they're gonna rally this year around the fact that they lost Giordano.
Yeah.
And they're gonna rally and they're gonna play this year for him, and it's gonna be a good year for the Royals.
For Heavy Hearts, yeah, you're right.
Tigers are gonna come in third. They got talent, but it's just not ready. It's never been good enough, so to speak.
That's true.
White Sox fourth. They're gonna have a fire sale. Robertson's gonna be gone. Quintana's gonna be gone.
I don't know what happened over there.
It's just gonna explode.
I don't know what happened over there.
And then the one team in that AL Central that I like, but I just don't see doing anything is the Twins. They have so much young talent.
They just don't know how to win.
I watched the spring training game with the Twins, and they have so much young talent, and they just. The problem with the Twins, they don't have any young pitching. They don't have any good young pitching, no ace. So that's where I see the AL Central.
Well, for me, obviously, Cleveland's definitely going to take that number 1 spot. Their hitting is unbelievable, obviously. Their bullpen is just, honestly, I thought their bullpen wasn't that good last year. Boy, was I wrong. I was wrong. There's something special. And then second, I like Detroit. I like their offense. I think their offense is going to overpower possibly half of the AL. In my opinion, you got you got the best hitter in baseball.
Yeah.
On your team, you got possibly what's Cabrera? He bats what, like third?
Yeah.
And then what? Martinez is fourth.
Usually, yeah.
Nice 1-2 punch. And you said they have
Justin Upton.
Justin Upton,
who's a very streaky hitter the past couple of years. He's got the talent. We know he's got the talent, but he's just not put it together.
I mean, they're still pretty dangerous.
No, I agree, and they got Verlander. They got some pitching. I just don't think that they have any young players that are gonna balance that team out.
Right.
Which is, I mean, that's what you really need. You need that balance of veterans and rookies.
Right, and then third I got Kansas City, which, like you said, they lost their young stud. I think that hurts.
It hurts, but at the same time, like I said, I think that's going to motivate them this year. Because, I mean, he was their spark plug, and they're going to look at it that way, as he's still their spark plug. They're going to play for him.
Yep, and they got that. I think they got, like, one of the best closers in the AL. Whew. Their bullpen's nice, their pitching is nice, but I just think, like, I don't want to say that they're getting older, but I think not getting older, but their division's getting a little bit better.
Yeah, and they haven't put any new young talent around the young talent that they have built up.
Mm-hmm, you're right. And then fourth, White Sox, obviously. Like you said, I think it's a firestorm over there. I think they're just, like...
waiting to sell.
Waiting to sell. I think they're going downhill. And obviously, last but not least, Minnesota. But you never know. Give Minnesota maybe about... I think, it's funny. I look at Minnesota like the Astros like a couple years ago.
Yep.
They got no other place to go.
Wait
but
for them
up.
to get an ace.
Yep.
Wait for them to get an ace somewhere. Somewhere, somehow, they get an ace. That team is going to be there.
Right. And I got no wild cards in that division.
Okay. All right. So AL West, you start off on this one.
Well, obviously, the big surprise I just mentioned them like a second ago. Number one, Houston. Absolutely a dope team, fast team, small ball, can pitch, got a nice bullpen. They
added really good veterans.
They're just doing everything right.
But they added really good veterans this year, and that's... I'll wait. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. And I think, ever since they moving from the NL to the AL's, helped them, they should have been in the AL from the start. But, that's a whole different story. It's whatever. All right, my second one, I probably want to say Texas. 2 is definitely Texas, and I think Texas is going to be wild card.
Okay.
Without a question. 3 is a little, I'm but I think Robbie Cano and them boys might pull it out. I feel as though that they still got that ace. My mans can still pitch. They're still on the up and coming. I think they got don't they got what's his face? What's the name? What's the first baseman? Siegler? What's his name?
I know who you're talking about. I think it's third base.
Third base? Yeah, third base. And I think he's gonna be a stud.
Yeah, he's a very good player.
He's a stud, and I think he's gonna hold them together. Now, fourth was but I'll give it to LA. Give it to LA. I think Trout's gonna have a dope year, but I just think they're gonna fall apart. In my opinion, I just think they're gonna fall apart, and obviously last, it's gonna be Oakland. I just don't see anything out of Oakland. I just don't know why. I just don't see it. They're just that team is just there, but not over the hump.
Yeah, I got you. All right. So, I mean, I completely agree with you on the Astros. They have been a good young team that got everything together. Keuchel's an ace. He didn't have a great year last year, but he's gonna have a bounce back year. And then they signed 2 veterans. Traded for one, but they got 2 veterans into that mix. McCann and Beltran.
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, Beltran is injury prone, but when he's healthy, he can still hit. And regardless, both of them are huge in the clubhouse.
True.
So I think they are by far going to have the best record in baseball. And like I said earlier, when the White Sox do their fire sale, they're going to use the last of their chips, and they're going to cash them in and get Quintana, and the Astros are going to have Quintana and Keiko at the top of the rotation.
Can you imagine that?
I don't know if anybody can beat them.
I don't think so.
With that 1-2 punch, I don't know.
That's going to be disgusting.
So, and this is the first division that we're really different on a few, more than just one, more than just 2 picks. So,
right.
I got the Mariners coming in second.
Interesting.
I think King Felix, he's getting older. He's seeing it, and he's gonna have the best year of his career.
Yeah.
I think
still got it, dude.
he's gonna have the best year of his career. He's gonna be great, but I think he's I think it's just not gonna be enough this year. I got the Angels coming in third. I don't think that team can come. I don't think that team can do, can play that poorly in general with Mike Trout.
Oh.
I think he's going to carry them to third place.
Oh.
Other than him, I don't see enough talent on that team. Rangers, I'm not impressed with anything they did.
Okay.
I'm not impressed with anything they did. I just don't think they're. I don't think they're ready for playing in that AL West.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just don't think that they have a good enough hitting team other than Beltre.
True.
To hit an ace.
Beltre's like what, 40 now?
So, well, yeah. I mean, he's up for he's like 59 hits away from 3,000. And don't get me wrong. I think Beltre. I think he has the capability of putting that out of his head. But most players, when they're getting close, they start pushing and they don't hit as well.
Yeah, they start thinking about it.
I just want to see what they can do, but I don't think they can make it. And then the A's, of course, and watch the A's will have one of their crazy years this year and surprise everybody.
Is your boy still there? Billy Beans, he's still
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, that's why they have the chance to surprise everybody. I mean, that's just what they do. So let's jump over to the NL, and I'm gonna jump into the NL East, and I'll start us off. You may not be too happy with my picks. So I got the Nationals taking the East.
Okay.
I think that the Nationals are by far the best team in that division, and talent for talent, on both sides of the ball, they are the best team in that division.
Right.
I got the Braves coming in second.
Oh, you're killing me.
And the only reason I say that is because I feel like they have some good young talent, and then the over 40 club that they went out and got, although Brandon Phillips isn't 40 yet, I think he's 38, 39.
In that ballpark.
The old man club that they went and brought in for this year, they got one season in them. It's not going to be enough because they aren't even getting a wild card in my picks, but I got them coming in second. Then I got your boys.
Oh, you're killing me.
I got your Mets coming in third. I think they have the talent. I don't think that they know how to use the talent well enough. Now, we've had conversations about what we think they should do with players and things that could really help that team, and I just don't think that team is run well enough to know to do these things.
We'll see what happens.
And then your pitching is just so injury prone. It's so good. It's the best pitching staff in all of baseball, but it's injury prone. And if they can't stay healthy, they're not going to win. That's the way I look at it.
Not stay healthy to save our lives.
Phillies got so much young talent, but they're not ready yet. They're close.
Okay.
They're close, but they're not ready yet. And then the Marlins. The Marlins are the exact opposite of the Royals, in my opinion. They had their loss. Losing Jose Fernandez was terrible tragedy.
Tough. Yeah, that's tough.
But I don't think they're going to be able to rally that team because it doesn't have enough talent to rally, especially losing him.
I think this season rests on Giancarlo.
Yeah, I mean he's their only star. He's their only good player. I don't see them having enough talent elsewhere to cope with not having that ace.
No, you're right.
So that's my picks for the NL East.
Well, mine obviously who I'm going to have first. Because I think that, like you said, my Mets are going to be first in my opinion. Well, obviously, you said they had the best rotation in baseball.
You think it's going to stay healthy?
Are they going to stay healthy?
You hope so.
I hope so, but we know they're not. But, in my opinion, I think we do have good spot starters that will push that rotation up the hump, My thing is Matt Harvey going to be a Met when the trading deadline comes around? Because it seems like nobody wants him. I think I'm the only one that's pushing for him. I'm like, look, man.
I told you. I mean, we have this conversation on the last podcast? I really think that, depending on what they wanted for him, it'd be one of those crosstown trades. The Yankees could use another starter.
Yeah, they could, but it's just funny how they're like, first, once you do good, they're on your side. The minute you get injured and start doing bad, they're like, oh, he got to go. So, let's just hope that my rotation stands up to expectations. I mean, we lost our closer for a couple of games, obviously.
That's 20 or 15 or 20?
15, that's going to hurt. But I think once he comes back, that's when we're going to start dominating. I'm not really worried about it, my hitting. It's just more my starting pitching. How far is my starting pitching going to go is how far we're going to go in the season and in the playoffs. And second, I got, the Nationals. Nationals scare me, obviously.
Scary team.
They got a nice rotation. They got, in my opinion, one of the best players in baseball. My boy, Bryce Harper. But they're getting old. In my opinion, they're definitely getting old. But they still have enough experience and have enough firepower to get to that next level. I think that's going to be a wild card team right there.
Okay.
I think that's going to be a wild card, definitely. Second, I have to go Miami.
Third,
I'm going to go Miami.
Going Miami?
Yeah. I'm definitely going to go Miami. I feel like Giancarlo's going to have a nice first half. And I think he's going to get hurt. But I think that team's going to pick him up. In my opinion, they're going to pick him up. And then fourth, I think Philly. I really don't know much about Philly. I don't really follow them that much. I think Ryan Howard's out the door.
He's gone.
He's gone? See? Shows you how much I know about Philly.
And that used to be your biggest competitor.
Yep. He was a Met killer, too. But they're on the up and coming. So, and obviously fifth, they got the Braves. But hopefully the Braves can stick around. Doubt it.
Well, like I said, the thing that I see with the Braves is the fact that you've got young kids, and then you've got hopefully one good year from these veterans.
I feel bad for that.
That's what they're banking on, is one good year. I just don't think that they're going to be good enough. I mean, you guys can come in last in the division, but I got them coming in second. So this is our biggest difference, huh?
Yeah, that's a big difference. Yeah, you're right. And then next we got, the NL Central?
NL Central. Lead the way, partner.
Obviously, the team that we're watching right now, even though they're down, I got the Cubbies. Going first, do I even have to explain the nasty duo of Brian and Rizzo? Shall I? I mean, I think Rizzo might go for 35? I think he might hit 35. I think he might go for, 40 plus.
I see him hitting 30.
30?
I don't see him hitting 40 plus, but I see him hitting 30. I see him having a huge year, and I'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, that's later. Right. But I think those two are going to be something this year. The pitching, obviously, I like the starting pitching. They have maybe we say two dominant pitchers at that.
They've got two dominant, but they've got they always talk about number ones, number twos, number threes, number fours, number fives. They don't really have a number 5 in that rotation.
Right.
They've got I mean, Lester at this point in his career is more of a number 2, really. I mean, I know he's their ace. He's their starting on opening day. But I say Lester's more of a number 2 skill-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Arrieta, at his best, is probably a number 2. But then they've got, like, 3 number 3s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they don't have that huge drop-off in their rotation.
They have enough. Let's
Yeah.
just say they have enough to definitely get that division. My opinion, the best record in baseball this year is going to be the Cubbies.
I think they definitely could.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so number 2 is obviously the team that they're playing, St. Louis Cardinals. I think, I'm not a fan of the Cardinals at all. I hate to say it, they find ways to win.
They find ways to compete every year.
It's absolutely ridiculous. They kill you with speed, they can kill you with small ball, the long ball,
Clutch hitting.
They got decent starting pitching. Their bullpen is good. Like, they're winners.
Yep.
They're winners, and honestly,
They're like the Yankees that don't spend the money.
Exactly. And honestly, I want to say that they're going to be the second wild card, but I think the second wild card for me is going to be in the NL West.
Okay.
I'll get to that in a second. So third, I think I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. I like their ace over there. Nasty. I like their outfield. And, like I said, it's kind of like if they stay healthy throughout the season, you never know. But I think they're going to get hit with the injury bug, in my opinion. I think they're going to get hit because looking at McCutchen, I think McCutchen's going to get, hit first, in my opinion. And then Castro. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So, fourth, I got Milwaukee. My boy, one of my favorite players, Mr. Braun.
All right. Pause everything. I have to say something. I completely forgot about it until you mentioned Ryan Braun. So, I understand that baseball players don't have the easiest job. You're away from your family for a long time. There's, a lot of problems. There's a lot of rough things that go along with being a baseball player. I understand that. And it's very hard to do what they do. I understand that more than anybody because I lost my skill set in baseball before even high school. So I'm not trying to say anything on that. But
Right.
Ryan Braun made some comments during spring training talking about how he didn't feel like they needed to play so many spring training games, and his choice of words were very poor. Oh, I don't get paid by the hour. You get paid millions of dollars to go hit a baseball, which you cheat to do, or you have been caught cheating to do. So, I'm sorry. Shut your mouth and either give the Brewers back their money and go home, or go shut your mouth and play baseball.
Play baseball.
Just, I'm sorry. Again, I understand it's not an easy profession. It really isn't. And I do feel for the guys who have families, who are away from their families all this time, just to play a game that we can sit here and bullshit about.
Right.
I love the game of baseball, and I just feel like players like that are disrespecting it.
Yes.
First of all, he disrespects it by cheating. And now he disrespects it by, talking about, I don't get paid by the hour. You know what? Then don't play.
Or let somebody else who wants to take your spot play. Then I'm pretty sure his comment's going to be a little different.
Yeah, and I mean, and the same day, there was that, and then there was the thing with Mr. Josh Donaldson of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Oh, right.
Who played in a minor league spring training game. Hits an absolute bomb of a home run.
Right.
Now, these are kids who are playing an actual minor league spring training game. And he's rehabbing an injury. I understand all that, this, that, and the other. He hits an absolute bomb. And then just walks off the field. Doesn't run the bases. Doesn't do anything. What kind of level of disrespect is that? All these young kids who are out there trying to play the game and get better and make it to the big leagues and make it to big league spring training camp. And you got a fucking big leaguer who comes over and big leagues you.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful.
It is.
And it's like, you know, you talk about these... there's a whole big controversy during the WBC about, oh, you know, these players celebrate too much, this, that, and the other. I don't care if you celebrate. I don't care if you bat flip. It's all about respecting the game. You know? You don't... there was a game where the USA played the Dominican Republic.
Mm-hmm.
And Manny Machado hit a home run. They were down 5-0. He hits a home run.
Right, I remember that.
5-1. He celebrated the hell out of that home run. You know what happened? That got them pumped. They got excited. They got into that game because of that. So I have no problem with that.
The fans were in. They were down 4 runs. I remember that.
And they got into it because of that.
Yep.
But then you know, he wasn't disrespecting the U.S. He was celebrating his accomplishment. He was trying to get his team excited.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's understandable. I understand that. I respect that. But you got to respect the game. Don't try to show people up. Don't try to, you know, disrespect other people.
No, you're right.
Josh Donaldson, he disrespected 2 full squads of minor leaguers. And that's including his teammates. He disrespected them. It's just,
crazy,
it's a
man.
sad time, you know, when these players are getting paid all this money and, oh, I don't want to play in spring training. I don't get paid by the hour. I don't want to be here. Then don't play.
Exactly.
Give your money back to the teams. Or donate your entire paycheck.
You're right.
You don't deserve it.
Practice.
I mean,
Talking about practice. Come on now.
it's a sad thing.
It is.
All right, tangent over. I'm sorry. Where were we?
I was on my
Brewers.
fifth.
Yeah, you were Brewers were 4th, so that means you got Reds for
The
5th,
Reds
right?
last. Yep. Mm-hmm. That is on you, brother.
All right. NL Central, I completely agree. Cubs are winning it. Cubs are best team in the National League, like you said. I don't think they're gonna have the best record in the National League, though.
Okay.
I think they're the best team, but I think that when we get to the NL West, I'll get into that.
Right.
But I think the Cubs are going to be very good. Most of the reasons you said, and I'll get into, you know, what I talked about with Chris Bryant a little bit later.
Right.
I got the Pirates coming second.
Okay.
I don't have them winning a wild card, though. So if you put 2 and 2 together, I got both of my wild cards coming out of the West, which is a little crazy, but I think it's going to happen.
It's understandable.
I got the Cardinals coming in 3rd because while they always compete, I just don't think it's going to be this year. I just don't think they have enough. I don't think their young talent is ready enough. Then I got the Brewers in 4th like you, and the Reds in 5th. But I don't think there's enough talent in that division. You know, aside from the Cubs, Pirates, and Cardinals.
Exactly.
And like I said, the Cardinals' talent isn't ready. It doesn't look ready to me. Pirates, they're close. And they really are wasting time right now. They need to do something. They need to do something
You're right,
to spark something with that team. Bring somebody in. You know, they need to make a trade somewhere. You know, try to get a bat to add to that lineup. Try to add some excitement. Because Andrew McCutchen, he's not as excited as he was, you know, 5-6 years ago.
Exactly. Nope.
Don't get me wrong, he's a good player. I love him. I respect him, but he's not excited. You know, and I mean, now he's playing right field. It's just, you know, you don't have that excitement with that team, and they need something out there to be exciting. You know, Francisco Cervelli as your starting catcher is not exciting to me.
Nope.
You know, but yeah, it's an interesting division. All right, I will start us off with the NL West.
Okay.
Best record in baseball. Like I said, I don't think they're the best team, but
Just the best record.
Best record in baseball, Dodgers.
Okay.
Dodgers are going to be such a good team.
They're on the come up. They're definitely on the come up.
Such a
Without
good
a
team.
question, they're definitely on the come up.
I mean, you figure they got.
Don't they got on Klay Thompson's brother?
I'm not sure, but they got Siegler.
Right.
They got Peterson.
Right.
they just are loaded with young players who are just hungry.
Adrian.
And they're just so close. And I think this is the year they're going to break through.
They still got Utley.
I don't remember if they signed Utley or not. I don't think they did. Or maybe they did. But regardless, they got Kershaw.
Fucking Chase Utley. Yeah.
They got Kershaw. And that's all you need to say about their pitching. They got Kershaw. So every fifth day, they got the best pitcher in baseball pitching for them. I mean, it is what it is. So, second and the first wild card, San Francisco Giants. We are recording this during the third game of the triple header on opening day, or the day before opening day, whatever the hell they call it.
You can say it's open day.
It sucks, man. I miss the old days where it was like one game on Sunday and then everything else on Monday and Tuesday.
Yep.
But so we saw the Giants Diamondbacks game, and I saw Mark Melancon blow a save, and it sucks. And I'm a big fan of Melancon, but I see last year that team was so good, except they blew every save opportunity they had. They had no bullpen, and I think Melancon, once he gets his legs under him this year, is going to be fine. And he's going to save 40+ games. He's going to be great for them. And they're going to be the first wild card in the West. Second, this is my surprise pick. I got the Rockies being the second wild card team. I got the Rockies. They are loaded with young talent. And I mean, they still got Cargo, but Trevor Story.
Oh, my man's.
And Nolan Arenado are such a good left side of the infield. That left side of the infield is so good.
That combo's gonna be so nasty.
And their pitching they're finally building their pitching. They're finally building their pitching for Coors.
Yes.
And it's gonna be such a good nucleus, and they're gonna surprise a lot of people this year, and they're gonna win the second wild card. And all three, and they're gonna have 3 teams coming out of the West. Then I got the Diamondbacks in fourth.
Okay.
The problem with the Diamondbacks, put all this into Greinke, and Greinke ain't doing shit for him.
Why would you sign? I think he's from there, right? I still don't understand why he signed there.
I don't know, but
me either.
I didn't understand. I don't think he's doing anything.
No, I did not understand. He's so weird.
He is a weird guy, and he doesn't pitch well unless he's comfortable.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I don't know how the hell he was comfortable in LA, but he doesn't pitch well unless he's comfortable, and I don't think he's comfortable, and he's not going to have that great of a year. I mean, it's just not that. He might have, don't get me wrong, he might have a good year, but not for the money he's getting paid.
Yeah, not for the money.
Not for an ace. And then I got the Padres in last, just because they're the Padres, and they got nothing. And when I say they got nothing,
they don't have nothing.
Alright, so it's all you.
Well, like you, I agree. Definitely Dodgers taking that division. The offense, something special, and you got the best pitcher in baseball. Come on now. They're on the up and coming, man. I really think they got it there. Now, number 2, I agree with you as well. We're going San Fran. That's my second wild card.
Okay.
Like the Cardinals, San Francisco finds ways to win. Small ball, can you speed, can you power, clutch hitting. Let's not even talk about the starting pitching. They got the bullpen. They're just a fine tool all around good team. And I think they're gonna find a way into the playoffs. They might pull they might go a little deeper in the playoffs. You never know. It depends, because they, like you said, they find ways to win. And I'm really liking their infield. Their infield is something special, dude. 3, I'll go Arizona. I'll go Arizona. I just feel as though that the Rockies are not there yet, but I feel as though Arizona still got that one up on them. I think Goldsmith's gonna have a MVP type season. I think he's gonna hit 40 plus.
Okay.
And I think that's like the Marlins. I think that's what they're gonna rally off of. It. Depending on how good of a season he has, is how good of a season they're gonna have. Obviously, I just said number 4 is gonna be the Rockies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just feel as though that they're another 2 years or a year, then they'll start progressing. But Mr. Story, he's also going to have in my opinion, another MVP type season. I think he's going to hit 35.
Okay.
Probably like 35. I think Cargo still.
Definitely.
Cargo.
It's definitely possible on course.
Yeah, definitely. And then obviously last place we got the Padres.
We got nothing.
Yeah.
That's all I can say about the Padres. They got nothing.
They don't. I just don't know what's going on over there. But hopefully they get it together. Hopefully in the next 10 years we'll see them. We'll see them make a run. But I just feel a little bad for them, you know. But it is what it is.
All right, so those are our picks for the divisions in baseball this year. I'm gonna put you on the spot. I didn't tell you about this, and I didn't even think about it myself until now. What are we looking at for the playoffs? Now we said who our picks are gonna be for getting there. What's gonna happen in each round? What do you think?
Oof, that's tough.
So I'll go first with the AL. So I said the Yankees were my wild card 1, Royals were my wild card 2.
Right.
I say the Yankees win that game.
Uh-huh.
Not that he pitched like an ace today, but Tanaka is our ace, and I think Tanaka can outpitch whoever the Royals throw at him in that game.
All right.
Then that would leave the Yankees facing the Astros. And the Yankees are not winning a game in that series. Especially if the Astros have Quintana, the Yankees will not win a game in that series. They will get swept. And that'll be the other game in the AL will be the other series in the AL for me will be Red Sox Indians.
Oh.
And I got the Red Sox winning that series.
Oh. Yeah, you definitely did put me on the spot. I'll be honest with you.
So from there I got so it's gonna be Red Sox Astros for the ALCS.
Okay.
And I see the Astros winning that. Probably 6 or 7 games.
Well, all right, that's tough. I'll be honest with you, that's a tough one.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
That's
I
tough.
think the Red Sox have a great team. I just think that Astros team is ready. I think they're ready, and it's just especially if they get Quintana. If they get Quintana, they definitely
Is
are winning.
Quintana their
Yes,
deadline?
they will get it. I'm not saying that they rely on this, but I'm saying that I believe they will get him at the deadline. So they're gonna get so I'm thinking they're gonna get him, and I think if they get him, they will definitely beat the Red Sox in the ALCS and go on to the World Series.
See now, I like that prediction, but I gotta disagree. I gotta say the Red Sox might pull that one out.
Well, I mean,
If you look at their starting pitching, that's a pretty damn good starting rotation. Especially the way what's his face pitched last year? Boy from Jersey.
Porcello?
Yeah.
So here's the thing with the Red Sox, and I didn't talk about this when we were talking about them, for just the picks, but the Red Sox have Chris Sale, who they just traded for, who's an ace. They got David Price, who has been an ace. I don't know if he has it in him anymore.
I mean, you can say, give him the benefit of the doubt. You can say he lost a couple miles per hour on his fastball, but give him the benefit of the doubt.
But I think their true ace is Porcello.
I agree.
think he is such a stud. I think he's got such good stuff. And, we'll see what happens. But I just think that especially if the Astros have Quintana, it's just... I feel like the Astros, it's gonna be a great series. Put it that way.
Yeah, it
That
is.
would be a great series. I would, and maybe it's my Red Sox, my Yankees fan, Red Sox hater in me that's doing this, but I say the Astros would win in 6 or 7 games.
I mean, okay, I hear you there.
So I tell you what, let me go through my NL, and it'll give you some time to kind of lay out what you think for your playoffs.
Okay.
All right, so that leaves. So I've got the Astros in the World Series from the AL. My NL. So I said the Dodgers are gonna have the best record. So the Giants and Rockies are gonna play in the wild card game.
Right.
Giants will win that game. It's
That's
like
obvious,
I said,
yeah,
the Rockies are good, but they're not ready. Or at least they're not ready to make it far in the playoffs.
Exactly.
But, so Giants win that game. That leaves Giants Dodgers in the first round,
Mm-hmm.
which is insane to see Giants Dodgers in the first round of the playoffs.
Right, and if you
But,
ask me, I think the Giants will pull that one.
I don't.
Cause for some reason, I don't know why. Is it just me?
They have a history of coming out of nowhere and not having the talent, but just being so hot during October.
And I think about the Dodgers. They're a great in-season team.
But they haven't shown anything in the playoffs.
Nothing.
But that's the thing. Have any of these young kids that they just brought up the past couple years been there? No. So maybe they'll be the difference, and that's what I'm banking on for that first round at least. I think the Dodgers beat the Giants in the first round. Then I got the Nationals Cubs, unfortunately.
Definitely.
So it's gonna be Cubs Dodgers, and I think it's Cubs again.
Yep.
So I've got Cubs and Astros in the World Series. And I really, really, really want to say Houston, but my brain is telling me no. I can't go with my heart on this one. Cubs are going to repeat as the World Series champions for 2017.
Okay. That's fair. All right. Let's see if I can remember mine. So you can help me out a little. So I know in the
So you
AL, I said
you had Red Sox and Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays were your wild card, right?
correct,
Yeah.
and I had
The
Texas.
Texas was your other wild card, so you
Mhm.
got Blue Jays and Texas.
Mhm.
Ooh, so you got another game between Toronto
yeah,
and Texas,
yeah,
huh?
yeah. Let's hope
So Bautista.
let's hope Bautista don't get punched again. He gonna think about Bautista's not gonna hit no more doubles, you know. He's like nah.
Ain't going to second base.
And if he's on first, he ain't gonna slide in hard. He gonna walk around like I don't want no problems. But I think sad to say, man. I think Toronto got that one. I think Toronto will pull that one off. So that will have them. So they will play.
Who had your best record in the AL?
I had
Red Sox, or
Yes, I had the Red Sox. Yep.
So they'll Toronto versus Boston.
Pretty obvious. Boston.
Boston.
Mm-hmm. Then I had
Indians and Astros.
Indians and Astros. That's tough.
That is tough.
That's very, very tough. But I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna go Houston on that one because I feel as though that Cleveland's been there. I think they'll choke. In my opinion, I think they'll choke. But it's like I said, it's just a prediction. But I really think that they're gonna choke, even though they, in my opinion, came out of nowhere last year. In my opinion, I know they were a good team, but I'm just like, maybe they're not for real. Yeah, I think last year they were for real, but that's the thing. That's last year.
Yeah.
I think this year, they're gonna choke. They're gonna lose to Houston, so that puts me with Houston and the
And the Red Sox.
Red Sox.
So you going the opposite way?
I'm going the opposite way. I'm gonna go with the Red Sox on that one, because I feel as though Red Sox been there. Red Sox, like I said, had the better rotation. And I think, honestly, I didn't say anything about this, but I think Mookie is gonna go off. I really think he's gonna go off. I think you're gonna see him stealing bases, hitting for average, hitting for power, small ball, all that.
Capable.
I think he is one of the. I want to say one. I say he's probably one of the best right now. Speed, average, power. I think he's one of the best. Like a, I don't want to say like a young McCutcheon, but in that caliber.
Okay.
So I think he's gonna tear it up. So I got Boston representing the AL. Now the NL. So I said wild card was Nationals
and
and and San Fran.
Yeah.
Go against the Nationals. I'm gonna say the Giants, man. Like I said, for some reason the Giants, they know how to win. Come to playoff times, they find ways. And Nationals, like in the past, known to choke in the playoffs as well. Like they got good starting pitching in the regular season.
But they can't do it in the
Can't
playoffs.
do it in the postseason. And like Bryce Harper like disappears in the postseason, which is crazy. So that will leave Giants and
Who had your best record?
Cubs.
Cubs.
So that'd be Giants and Cubs, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously the Cubs. So then that's gonna leave me with
Dodgers, Mets.
Dodgers, Mets. Oh boy. We want Utley. We want Utley. So I think minus obviously Daniel Murphy, and hopefully that my starting pitching is healthy. Obviously I got my Mets.
Okay.
So Mets and Cubs.
Mets and Cubs.
Um,
I think if anybody could touch your starting pitching, it'd be the Cubs.
it'd
Their
be the
bats
Cubs.
are so good.
It'd be the Cubs. I love my team. I cannot deny how good the Cubs are. I cannot deny how good the Cubs are. I'm gonna go with the Cubs.
Okay. So you got Cubs, Red Sox.
Cubs, Red Sox.
So even though they both have beaten their curses now, and they finally got the World
They're
Series,
gonna meet each
you got
other.
the two longest curses in all of baseball
Yep.
meeting in the World Series.
Yep. Sadly, I think that's actually a pretty decent World Series.
Oh, that'd be a great World Series.
I think
I didn't realize Yui Haro was on the Cubs now.
I didn't know that either. I just didn't know. I don't know who's gonna Boston starting pitching or Chicago's offense. They say if you got a good starting pitching, that'll take you there.
Yeah.
But I think either Brian or Rizzo is gonna have a hot streak through the whole postseason. I think that's gonna carry them. I think they're gonna go back-to-back championships.
So we differ on how we get there, but we
Yep.
both got the Cubs repeat.
Yep,
All right.
yep, absolutely. They
Alright.
back-to-backs.
All right. So how do you want to do awards?
Rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year. Who? Which league?
Let's do NL
NL. All right. I've got Dansby Swanson,
team.
shortstop of the Braves.
Oh, okay.
He had one plate appearance below the minimum to count as a full-time player last year. Otherwise, he would not qualify.
Got you.
But he is such a stud.
Mm-hmm.
So good. And he is going to be the Rookie of the Year in the NL this year.
Nice.
Who you got?
Whew. Boy. If I'd known most of the rookies, I'd give you some. But you've been talking a lot about him. I mean, I haven't really seen him play much. But Mr. Judge.
Well, that's AL.
I'm sorry. Y'all know what I meant. And now, I forgot, sorry. I'll do I don't know, that's tough.
Yeah, it's
You're right, that is tough.
You gotta have your finger on the pulse of the minors.
I mean, you could
What's
say,
going on?
oh boy. Then I might have to agree with you then. I might go with the shortstop with the Braves too.
Okay. Very, very good pick. Very safe pick, honestly.
Because at first I was going to say, honestly who I was going to say, but I don't think, like my mind blanked a little. I said Judge because I forgot we were in the NL. But remember I was telling you about the guy that we got, Rosario.
The shortstop?
Yeah. I would have said him, but he's not.
He's not starting.
I don't think we're bringing him up.
He might come up during the year, but it's hard. Those are hard plays to make for rookie of the year. Because I mean, you look at last year in the AL. Gary Sanchez should have been the rookie of the year.
Yep.
Should have been the rookie of the year, but they didn't vote for him because he didn't play a full year.
True.
But regardless of that, he can't win rookie of the year this year because he had too many plate appearances.
Exactly.
He qualified. He should have been rookie of the year.
No, you're right.
It pisses me off that the judges are so stupid.
Yeah.
The people who vote for these things are so stupid. But I mean, regardless. All right. Like I said, Dansby Swanson's a
I'll go with you with that one. Definitely.
So you got a Judge.
Honestly, now I got yes.
Right.
I got Judge. Yes.
I got Andrew Benintendi.
Oh, okay. Okay, from Boston.
From Boston.
Okay.
He looks great, and it pains me to say that because they already got Mookie, who you were talking about.
Correct.
Jackie Bradley Jr., Xander Bogaerts. They have so much young talent now, and they're just adding another piece.
Right.
And it just scares me because that team is so young and so hungry, and I don't know. It's just
We'll see. You never know.
But he's my pick for AL.
Okay. So we got our two AL NLs. Can't wait to see what happens at the end of the season. See how our picks strand out. But I think they'll have good seasons.
So let's go with Cy Young. In my AL.
AL. Okay.
I got Dallas Keuchel.
Keuchel. Okay.
I think he's gonna have a great year. Like I said, I think he's gonna have a bounce back year. Especially, I think he'll probably pitch to like. Oh, I don't want to do this for everybody, but I do I have an idea of a stat line for Keuchel.
Mm-hmm.
Like before the trade deadline, I have a feeling he's gonna be, around 500 win percentage wise, around 3.5 ERA, and then when they pick up Quintana, and he doesn't have to carry the burden in that rotation anymore.
Right.
I think that's when he's gonna go off.
He might.
And he might blank the rest of the season. And win out the rest of the season and, pitch to sub-2 ERA the rest of the year.
He might. You never know.
I think he has the ability, and having help will definitely help him.
You're right.
Who you got in the AL?
I'm probably gonna go with I don't know. It's kind of a toss up for me. I want to go with what's his face from Tampa Bay? Archer. I'm leaning towards Archer. But Porcello, I'm between them two.
The problem with Porcello is he's going to lose votes.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's what always happens when there's multiple aces on the team.
I agree.
They lose votes to each other.
I think I'm gonna go with Archer. I think I'm gonna go with him because I feel as though
he had a rough year last year.
Yeah, I think he's
gonna. But he looks really good.
He's gonna bounce back. I really like his stuff.
Yeah,
not on a good team, but I think they'll hit for him.
Okay.
Yeah, man, definitely.
NL, I got your boy Thor.
Interesting.
Noah Syndergaard. I got him. I think he's gonna get 20 wins this year. I think he's gonna win 20.
Over Kershaw?
I think he's gonna win 20.
Okay.
And I think he's gonna have a sub-2 ERA.
Okay.
And I think he's gonna be the only one of your starters that's healthy the whole year and carries that rotation.
Okay.
And that's why he's gonna get the votes and he's gonna be the Cy Young.
Okay.
But you know how it is though. When there's been a player who wins so many times, they tend to start voting for other people in front.
Hell yeah, dog.
So that's why I don't see Kershaw. I mean, Kershaw's gonna have a good year, but I don't see Kershaw winning it. I see Thor getting it.
Okay. That's acceptable. I feel a little bit better.
Even though I didn't pick them to make the playoffs.
Yeah, right now it's fine. But I think mine. I got yet again. I'm on the toss up, Kershaw or Scherzer. So I'm like, I think
the safe pick out of those two, the safe pick is Kershaw.
Yeah.
The you're gambling with Scherzer just because he's coming off injury.
I think that too. I mean, like, I think I'll go Kershaw. Because I feel as though I was gonna go Bumgarner, but I'm like, you know what? I think Kershaw's the better pitcher.
Oh, he is.
But I just think that Bumgarner, like, he turns it up like mid-season, start turning up.
Well, Bumgarner's shown he can do it in the playoffs.
Yeah, in the playoffs as well.
That's
correct.
the thing. He does it when it matters. Kershaw just does it, period. But Bumgarner does it when it matters.
I'll go Kershaw in my book, definitely.
All right, we'll split the MVPs, and you go first on the. How about you go first on NL? I'll go first on AL.
All right, bet. NL. Oh boy. I think it's gonna be Chris Bryant.
I definitely repeat.
Yeah, I definitely think it's on Chris Bryant. Like I said earlier, I think he's gonna hit 40 plus.
Back-to-back World Series, back-to-back.
I think he's gonna hit 40 plus. I think he's he's gonna be crushing the ball. I was gonna say Goldsmith, but no, I think Bryant got it. Definitely.
I agree.
Yeah.
I picked Chris Bryant to repeat as MVP.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna hit 40. I think he's gonna hit 30, but I think he's gonna have a year where he hits 350.
Okay.
And that's what's going to win him the MVP. He's going to hit 350.
Nice.
Because he is... I see him having the ability to hit the ball to all fields, which is something I love in a player.
That's what's up.
So I think he's going to be... I think he's going to hit 350. I think he's going to hit 30 bombs, and he's going to, be the back-to-back MVP.
Yes, sir.
So AL, I'm going to surprise you with this one.
Okay.
Carrying his team to a wild card playoff. Eric Hosmer wins the AL MVP.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. I see that. I can see that. Okay.
I think the fact that the Royals are going to be such a, I think they're going to be such a good story, is going to help him get some more votes. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's going to be some other people in the AL who have great years and may deserve it just as much as him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's going to get the votes because he's going to carry that team. I mean, they got Moustakas, they got a couple other people, but he's going to carry that team. Offensively.
Okay. It's not a bad pick. For me, I got Mookie.
Okay.
I definitely think he 30-30 club. I think he might hit a 30-30 club.
Yeah, definitely. He's got the capability.
Mm-hmm. I think dude, I think he's like one of the most complete outfielders today. On a good team. He bowls?
I've seen that.
Good bowler. Like, I'm like, what? I was just talking to my dad, but it's like, hey, Mookie, he bowls. I was like, what? He can do it all. So I think he's gonna have a good season. I think he's gonna take that award home, man. What you think?
He's got, like I said, he's gonna have a great year. I do feel that, but I think he's another one who will. I think Benintendi will get some MVP votes too, and I think that's gonna kind of offset Mookie. And I think that's why, like I said, on the feel good story with the Royals, all of them coming together to play for their fallen teammate.
Mm-hmm.
I think Hosmer takes it.
I like that.
So we have given our picks for each division. We've given our picks for the playoffs, World Series, and for award season. And after the end of the season, we will come back to this, and maybe we'll even do it like halfway, like All-Star game, and kind of see where our picks stand and how bad we look.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, we hope you guys enjoy. Got some information out of this, and from here on, we're gonna be doing this weekly. We're gonna figure out a way and You might have some where we got L calling in on the phone and might sound a little different, but
Just a little.
we'll have a new podcast for you every Monday.
All right, I can dig it.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Peace.